Welcome everyone to the Devolution Studios. Today I'm Max, today with France. How are you?
Fine, Max, thank you.
All right, today we're going to showcase Devolution Password Server, which formerly known as the Devolution Server, but now that we've integrated a web application with a business user interface for password management, we've decided to rename it Devolution Password Server. And that's what we're gonna show you today, right?
Exactly. I will show you all the magic of it. We did so much improvement in the web interface. It's much more intuitive for the end user. So I think you're gonna like what you're gonna see there.
It's still the database that if you've been using the server for a couple of years now, it's the same data source, except that now you can access it through a web application.
Yeah.
And it was designed for business users. So you would have RDM for sysadmins, IT pros that would access all their business as usual, right?
All their session, everything.
Their session.
Yeah.
And then you would have the web application with the Devolution WebLogin browser extension for all your business users. And by business user, I mean people from HR, sales, marketing, accounting, every other users in your organization. Right?
That we probably the company want to offer a password manager and so
for all your accounts, right?
Exactly.
So I think we can. We're good to go.
Yeah, let's show directly there. When in the vault you have your web access. So if you go to a common website, the browser extension that is connected to the Devolution Password Server will get the credential ready for you, and you're ready to log in actually. And if ever for another website, you have different credentials, different accounts for different users, different reason actually, the Devolution Web Login will recognize the website and will show you propose actually different credentials, so you could just choose which one you want to use in this situation. But you can use actually the vault itself to go directly to that website. So let's say this quickly just to show you that from the vault you could work there and just open the website, and also the extension browser will do the job of filling in everything. The web browser that is recognized by this little star could be also configured different ways to either automatically retrieve the credential, fill in, and also can submit also at the same time. It could be very configured depending on the needs here. So that's one place, but let me show you the vault itself as the end user, because that's our interest here.
Okay.
So at front, when you connect to that Devolution Password Server, which is an address that the admin gave to the user, they just need to log in. One interesting thing to know for those who don't know this, but Devolution Password Server has a direct link with the AD user and AD group, so
they log in using their AD authentication, right?
Exactly, and it's going to be recognized. Bam. We enter as a default in the dashboard, okay? So from here, each user could see their own activity and all the repository, and I'll tell you about repository later there. But I could tell you that pretty near future, I just saw it in a new release, the user will have the capability to say, though, when I come in, I want to go directly to the vault, the dashboard.
Which makes sense.
So that's what most people will like to see their vault. And the vault, what's nice to know and important is that this is a shared vault. For anybody that the administrator gave access will see the content of this vault, but also every user has their own vault, which we call the private also.
So the public vault for all the different shared accounts, the private vault obviously for your private accounts, right?
Private accounts, your own credentials, which you don't want to share, and you keep it there. But there's a lot of companies that in the shared vault, they have different corporate accounts where you could have the user use this site and without even knowing the password. Mm-hmm. Actually, there's a lot of permission that could be applied here in this small example, you see in this folder, because you could organize all your entries by folders, you see the user don't have any access to edit or see the password or even add more. So all they could do is really just use the website.
Enter in the website, log in without seeing the password.
Exactly. Here, though, not only website could be stored in the vault, any information that is shared, like the Wi-Fi of the place, or just a logging account from a VM or whatsoever, it's that not only a website. What I was going through also about the permission, in this folder, because it's different, in this folder we can see the password if ever they do enter it directly in the entry. In my example of supplier folder, in this case, they have the full access of seeing everything, editing the entry, and even adding to their entry. And actually, when you want to populate this, the content of your vault, we give the most common type of entries there just at front. So logging web is for a website, but also with the plus, it gives you the opportunity to see all the different types of information. And actually, those type of information with those little icons is just to make it easier to find yourself in your vault. So information, contacts, document, obviously folders, like I said, and you also have different icons of folders just to, again, organize yourself in the vault here.
Okay, so we've seen that's the business user, that's the user side. What about the admin side?
So the administrator can also work directly from the web interface. Let me connect as an admin here. So again, it's could be the AD group configuration, AD user, sorry. So same thing, coming in the dashboard, the vault, and you see in the navigation, we see the reports and also the administration menu, which has plenty, actually probably 80% of the configuration of the Devolution Password Server. From users, role repository, all the server settings. You could define also password templates for the user. Also templates of the entry types. Backup schedule. Anyway, everything is there for the admin, plus all the reports that is available for Devolution Password Server, which also from the web we have connected user list, which is exclusive to the web application. The most popular report actually is the activity log, which really gives you all the activity of all users.
Who connected to what and when and for how much time.
Yeah, and also what the action, the activity is really the action, because there's also the logging history, but activity is really anything they did there.
They did it on the entry.
That's right. And this report is the most popular one, and for audit purposes, it could be also it could be exported.
Absolutely.
Also just to keep record of it. So those tools here for the admin interface, actually for the administrator. There's also stuff that can be configured. Few things in here that you gave access to, like a super user, could also be permit by user. What I wanted to talk about is the repository, because here it makes a full sense, especially when you want to deploy this to the full organization, which is different departments. If they are shared vault, maybe you just want to create vaults by department. So as an admin, I obviously have access to all my repository. So within the database, it's all different vaults that you give access to a user or a group of user, because again, the AD integration with the user group becomes some roles, and it's easy to just assign those group of users to a specific repository. So the repository becomes those small vaults by department.
Exactly. I think it makes, I think in fact it makes it like easier for management to work with these repositories, which are in fact smaller vaults into this.
Exactly, yes,
The bigger,
smaller.
This is what.
Here in my example, obviously I don't have thousands of entry just for the demo purposes, but in the majority of time, you know, the companies have thousands of entries, so it's logic to see it that I'm going to give access just for a part of it. And for performance issue, it's great because you just load that amount of entries also by repository.
We also have these repositories. If you're familiar with Remote Desktop Manager, we also have these repositories now in the latest versions.
Exactly, it's the same thing. Huh? You for those who knows about Remote Desktop Manager, they really see the same logic, and it's just the interface that.
It's pretty much the same thing, right? Even the interface is it could look. It really looks like.
The tree view, it's the same thing. So if I open Remote Desktop Manager connected directly to the same data source, which is Devolutions Password Server, they will see the same thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. So is that it, France?
I think we could see just the magic of it, and it gives a nice feel. Hopefully, it gives a nice feel of it. So
absolutely, give it a try. Server.devolutions.net. We do offer different options in terms of licensing, from 1 to 15 users, 50 user plus, unlimited, and you can download a free 30-day trial. Server.devolutions.net.
Great.
France, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. See you next time.
Next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.